for you?
Yes, ma'am. We can start, ma'am.
So you will be presenting as we discussed yesterday. You will be presenting, right, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Hello, Ramchandran sir.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Yes.
Hello, Raj Kapoor, sir. This is Mr. Raj Kapoor from EDP Hub, CEO of Anna University. We are coordinating with him and we are doing this program. Welcome, sir. Welcome for the program.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Rashna, ma'am, you can go on as per the program schedule, ma'am.
Yes. Chelsea?
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, ma'am, the recording is not yet started, ma'am. A very good afternoon to everyone present here. I am Chelsea Nicholas, a first BBA, your MC for the day. I hope you all are doing fine during this pandemic. First, let's invoke God's blessings upon us. I call upon Mr. Anthony Ashish Philip, a first BBA, to lead us in prayer.
Let us bow our heads in a word of prayer. Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank and praise you for this beautiful day you have given us. Grant us good health and strength during this pandemic. Thank you for gathering all of us today for this seminar. We pray for your blessings and guidance throughout this program. Bless each and every one present here. Bless our chief guest, Mrs. M. Ramachandran, the faculty, and the students present here. May this program be a success with your guidance and blessings. We ask all this in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Ashish. I request Mrs. Mahalakshmi Ji, Department Head of Management, to deliver the welcome address.
Good evening to one and all present here. I'm very happy to welcome you all for this wonderful program on innovation and startups. So this is the need of the hour today because the government, Niti Aayog has brought in a lot of programs for encouraging a lot of MSMEs and bringing in a self-help groups and bringing in a more of microfinance. The government is supporting a lot of these types of programs and startups because the economy of the country lies more on innovations and startups. That is the main aim of the government in bringing in a lot of MSME programs, and it is mainly reaching the public because the public should have the awareness that innovation is not too big and innovation is not too complex. Even a small thing that is looking from apart, the normal day is an innovation. So when you see the list of innovators in the Indian patent journal list, we could see that a very small change in the normal pattern would have become an innovation. So this habit of innovation should be inculcated into the minds of the general public, and it could reach only through these types of webinars conducted through the students, conducted to the research scholars, conducted to the faculty, because the knowledge should be transferred from a good resource person to these streams so that it could encourage more students into this field. Because as we have attended a lot of ED programs, we have got an information that in India, it is most of the foreigners who apply for patent and they get a lot of patent, and it's Indians who is less in this data. So the Sensex study says that we are only 3% of Indians enroll into it. If I am not sure about it, sir would go know more about it. So that habit of starting my own business and bringing in a more business is more and more important. So this program will bring in a more insight into innovation and startups. And I welcome all the people all through India for connecting us through this program. It is from students to research scholars to academicians who have joined, to industrialists also have joined this program. Hope this program will give me a lot of knowledge about these type of innovation and startups and the government funds which is involved into it, and how it is made more and more flexible and easier by the government so that even a lay person can get into it. So welcome you all for this program. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I now call upon Mr. Jonathan Dominic Trivet to give an introduction about the chief guest.
Good evening, everyone. I have immense pleasure to introduce the chief guest, Mr. R. Ramachandran. He is a field coordinator and an ILO trainer in the departments of Entrepreneurship, Development, and Innovation Institute, EDII, Tamil Nadu, Madurai, and International Labour Organization, ILO, Geneva, Tamil Nadu. He has completed his MBA, MSc in Psychology, MCom, as well as MPhil. He is at present pursuing doctoral degree. He has 5 years of teaching experience, 2 years of research, and 2 years of training experience. He has done many publications in UGC care journals and attended numerous conferences. He had been involved in training and organizing many workshops, seminars, and conferences. He has membership in professional bodies like Madurai Management Association, Madurai and Bharatiya Sikshan Mandal, Tamil Nadu. He is a certified SIYB trainer for International Labour Organization Division of Tamil Nadu. He had been the resource person for EDII, Tamil Nadu, Student Innovators Awareness Programs, and entrepreneurship programs at several colleges and institutions. Thank you for being here with us, sir. We eagerly look forward to your presentation on holistic approach of business plan development for budding innovators. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jonathan. I now request our esteemed chief guest, Mr. M. Ramachandran, to address the gathering.
So most respected head of the-
Before that, let me give some few words to the students.
yes.
And we'll continue the session. Okay, students, it's really a pleasure to work with all of you guys to organize this session. We last month around we had one more session with Patrician College. That was a very memorable experience. So many actively participating students, and it was like more of an awareness session. So we have come up with the next stage of the session. It is like no more awareness. It is going to be a developmental phase for you. So going forward, it is assumed that you are aware about the entrepreneurship basics, and we give you successive sessions on how to develop on various topics every entrepreneur, student entrepreneur should be aware of. So with that, also one more thing, please be free to raise questions. Whichever questions you have, kindly raise then and there in the chat box, or you can unmute and speak. Our guest speaker will be very happy to assist you. He's very talented, a personal friend of mine, and he has worked on a lot of such such webinars. So I want you guys to make use of this resource and gain something out of it. It should be definitely fruitful. With that, I'll hand over the session to Ram sir. Sir, please take over, sir.
So very good afternoon to everyone, and the most respected head of the department, ma'am, Mahalakshmi ma'am, as well as the head of the institution, Usa Judge ma'am, as well as the academics director, Fatima Asams, and as well as my friend and CED field coordinator, Raj Kapoor sir, and the participants from the college as well as from other institutions, as well as the industrial experts and research scholars. Very good afternoon to everyone. It is a pleasant moment for me and before you to have a session regarding that preparation of business plan for the budding innovators. So normally that should be innovation is, ma'am already told that there should be a slight change in existing products. It should not be overall, we cannot cover the entire things. So just we have to make a little bit modification in the existing things. That may be called as an innovation, right? And that innovator who may be called as an entrepreneur, that is an innovator who find the new one and have to register it under Indian Patents Act. And if he or she is registered means, then he set up a startup. A startup may be called as an entrepreneurship business. So normally that is assume that there should be a lot of faculty members are here, industrial experts are here, and my dear student friends are here. Assume that there should be one situation called once upon a time, if you have been entered into any education institution, you have been look on some criteria like discipline is there or not, as well as good result is obtained by the education institution or not, and there should be any placement opportunities available in the education institution or not. So these criteria have been discussed once upon a time, but now the situation is changed. That is, you have been look on whether there should be entrepreneurship, that is the students have been converted into entrepreneur or not in an education institution, right? So this is the basic criteria. That is, we, the faculty members, as well as the the other industrial experts, we have to train the buddy students to transform them as an entrepreneur. So this is one situation. As well as another situation is that is a cause of unemployment. In India, the problem of unemployment has been very high, right? In India, the problem of unemployment is very huge also. So if we look on it, unemployment, that is, India is still in the status of developing nation. India is not at attained the status called developed nation. India is still in the position called developing nation. So because of, there should be cause of unemployment and some other issues maybe happen. So we look on it, that is, we have to make our own product by means of the stepping stone success made by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who have been launched the scheme called Startup India, right? Startup India have been launched in the year 2016, and normally a startup is any new business. It should not be a normal business. It should be any new business, and it should be an innovative business. The extension of the existing business is not called as a startup, or a reconstruction of the existing business may be not called as a startup. A startup is a new business, which life is not more than, that is, if I have been setting a new enterprise as an entrepreneur, I have been set up a new enterprise, and it should not be more than 10 years. That thing may be called as a startup, and I cannot make a turnover more than 100 crore. So these are the criteria for the startup. So government is giving a lot of benefits for the beneficiary of the startup. So you the people, I request you to patiently listen this programming. That is how to prepare a business plan and how it will be useful for developing a new business, as well as that is making success in the existing business. So normally how a human being can survive. So by means of making a good heart, right? Everyone is having a good heart. So with a good heart, you have been survive yourself and you have been safeguard yourself. Likewise, if you want to start any business, right? If you want to start any business, that is, you want to have a good business plan with yourself, right? If you have a good business plan with yourself, and that business plan is called as the heart of the business, right? That business plan may be called as the heart of the business. So normally there should be ups and downs in every business. So that once upon a time the business should be very boom, and some other time the business should be in a depression stage. But there should be ups and downs. So every stage we have been navigating our business, and we have been making corrections in our business plan to survive and to succeed in the competitive era, right? So before entering into the business plan, we have a just oral discussion or some small discussion about the topic called entrepreneur, right? Entrepreneur is an individual with a flower of business opportunities and risk taking who sets up a new business, right? Entrepreneur is a normal person, an individual, right? If I'm an individual, I'm having any differential thinking or differential thoughts, I have been looking of wherever the opportunity is available. So first thing, I have to search of opportunities. So whether that is Chennai is suitable for starting any ice cream shop, or Chennai is suitable for making a tea shop. So I have been searching wherever the opportunity is there. But whether there should be, I'm opening the tea shop, whether the customers are not there, customers are ready to buy. If I'm starting any tea shop in a remote village, I'm giving green tea for the customers, they are not ready to accept. In villages, they are not having any awareness about the green tea. But if I have to search for opportunity, whether there is any IT company is there, any college is there, nearby that IT company or nearby that college, I'm opening the tea shop and I'm giving green tea for such kind of customers, they are ready to accept. So this is first thing, having business opportunity and risk-taking ability. Normally, if you want to do any business, there should be n number of risks, right? That is COVID-19 is one of the pandemic outbreak. It should be affected all over the world, right? In such kind of situation, how you have to tackle your business and how you have to give your product or your service to the customer, right? So you have to bear such risks. So this is risk-taking ability. So business opportunity analysis and risk-taking ability is the only good quality of an entrepreneur. Have to set up a new business, right? And what are the mindsets which have been needed for an entrepreneur, right? So there should be 4 mindsets, right? 4 different mindsets for an entrepreneur who have to survive and who have to succeed in their business. First thing is looking for opportunity. Wherever the opportunity is available, you just go and search there, right? So for this, that is looking for opportunity. So I had just an example to discuss with you. That is, each city is famous for some other sweets, right? I belongs to Tirunelveli, and Tirunelveli is famous for halwa. You all know about the product called halwa. It should be in Tirunelveli, halwa is famous, right? You are from Chennai. You, the people, are from Chennai or nearby Chennai places. You just go a sweet shop and ask with the sweet shop seller, give me Tirunelveli halwa, right? Assumption, just an assumption. You go with the sweet shop and ask with the seller, give me Tirunelveli halwa. Suddenly, the seller have been asked with you, are you a nonsense? Tirunelveli halwa is available in Tirunelveli. Here we are having own halwa. Why you are asking Tirunelveli halwa from here itself, right? Then suddenly the customer think of it. Why Tirunelveli halwa is not available in Chennai or some other places? For buying an halwa, I am going to Tirunelveli. So Tirunelveli is apart from 500 kilometers from Chennai. So I have to travel 500 kilometers from Chennai to buy 1 kg of halwa, right? So this is, then there should be immediately a spark created in the minds of that customer. He is thinking of it. then I have to make an opportunity. That is, Tirunelveli Alva is not only available in Tirunelveli, it should be available in all over the globe, even though from small village to developed city. Then I have been selling the Tirunelveli Alva through that e-market or e-commerce. So this is the first thing, looking for opportunity, right? So I have been searching where the problem is. Whether the problem means I have been identify such kind of problem means, then I have been convert it into a useful opportunity for resolving the problem faced by the existing customer. Here I have been told an example, that is an alva which is not available in Chennai or other places. Then the customer have been analyzing, use that as an opportunity to resolve the problem. So this is first principle or first mindset of an entrepreneur, looking for opportunity. And second thing, innovative and differentiates. So normally, if you run any startup, or if you are owning any startup or any business, if you give on same thing, the customers are not ready to accept. Every time, due to fashion as well as due to lifestyle, there should be something which have been modified in the existing business, right? If you give a same kind of thing means, customers are not ready to accept. Here we have in quote an example, that is normally you all know about that in Chennai or nearby Chennai places, or from Chennai to Salem, there should be one biryani shop is called as a Salem RR Biryani, right? With the people from Chennai, you have been know that Salem RR Biryani, there should be lot of locations are there, lot of shops available in Chennai also, right? And that owner name is called as a Tamil Chelvan, right? And who is starting his career as a that is server as well as supplier as well as a cleaner, right? He joined his profession or career as a cleaner, supplier, and then it should be service provider. He is starting his career and he is earning some money from his employment, and he saves some money. And after getting some huge amount as his savings, then he started a own hotel, right? Own hotel, and he think of it. That is, in a hotel, in the morning breakfast, every hotel is providing idli, as well as pongal, as well as a buri, as well as some dosa. So these are the things which have been routinely provided in every hotel. And for producing these kind of things, that is idli and pongal, as well as buri, as well as dosa. So there should be, you have been provided two different types of chutneys as well as sambar in varieties, right? There should be a lot of work which have been involved. And every hotel in the morning breakfast, they are giving same kind of things. So no modification is there in such kind of hotels. So he's just think of it. This Tamil Chelvan guy is thinking of it. Why I have to give same kind of things? If I am manufacturing, if I am producing such kind of same products, there should be a lot of work is there. Lot of work I have been, a lot of initiative I have been put on to produce idli or some other related breakfast. He just think of it, and he's giving a biryani, a new type, right? From morning to night, a Salem RR biryani is only giving biryani, right? Salem RR biryani from morning to night. Dinner, the hotel is only providing biryani. So this is called as a differentiation, right? So normally think in a different way. All the hotels do the same kind of thing, but he is somewhat differentiated, and he is approving his innovation. Right? And one more example, you go and search in the YouTube on auto driver name called as an Auto Annadurai, right? You go and search in the YouTube, Chennai, in Chennai itself, the auto driver name is Auto Annadurai, right? He's normally running an auto, but in his auto, there should be n number of facilities may be available. That is, some books may be available, and Wi-Fi device may be available, and a laptop may be available in his auto. Right? A person want to travel with the help of his auto. they can read the newspapers as well as books available in the auto, and they have been utilized that Wi-Fi facility and such kind of things, right? So this should be called as a differentiation as well as innovation. So normal things which have been differentiated from the existing one, right? And that normal auto driver have been proved his differentiation by giving such kind of new facilities. That may be called as an innovation and differentiation. And third mindset is quality consciousness, right? Normally, quality plays the major role, right? So without quality, a customer have been switched over to some other brand, right? For this,
I guess there is some connectivity problem, guys. Yes. So, guys, basically, this session is about business plan development. Okay, so when you have an idea and you go on to start a business, be it an incubator or an investor who is going to help you with your business, the first thing they are going to ask is your business plan. Okay, so that is why this session is organized. So you need to know how to draft your business plan and pitch it to your investors and enforce that business plan. So it is very important for any entrepreneurs to know their business plan. Just an idea and a solution is not sufficient. It is just a part of your entrepreneurship journey. When you want to successfully become an entrepreneur, you need to have you should be master of multiple trades, like knowing about the business plan, knowing about finance, knowing about management, accounts, and market analysis. So there are so many things. We at IEDP Hub will make sure to give you sessions on all these important subject areas over the future. That will try to give it to you as much as possible within your career before you complete your course. And one more thing you guys are supposed to know is about networking. Okay, I am speaking because our speaker is he'll be connecting anytime now, so I don't want you guys to be idle. So let me put some inputs to you. That is why I'm speaking in between. So what was I saying? Networking. Networking is very important for an entrepreneur because it is like being in a nodal setup. So you should know what are to do a business, what are required, where is it available, how can I access it. Like these kind of things are very important for a business person. So right now you are a student and you are in aspiration to be an entrepreneur. So what your obligations are like to know about who to approach to completely educate yourself. on how to proceed with this how to proceed with the entrepreneurship journey of doing business. So there are so many nodal areas. One of your first point of contact will be your college entrepreneurship development cell, where you can take your idea and you can go to the ED cell coordinator, and you can set up a meeting, discuss about your prospective about your prospects in future. Another is EDA hub, CD Anna University hub is there for you, and you can come to us, and we can guide you throughout your idea setting up the business. We can help you with that. We have some other agencies like as a speaker previously told, there is so much programs launched by government of India to educate to educate entrepreneurs at student level itself. So there are so many programs lying around, so many funds lying around. So that just your EDCL and EDA is not the only agency giving all these libraries to access. So there are other agencies also, other incubators also available to help you out. So so it is what is required for you to be involved in this eco. It's altogether an ecosystem where we share the resources in a very optimum way. So you should know that these resources are available at such places, and you should also be involved as a resource. You should be a part of the ecosystem, so that we can. It will be easier for you to start and improve your business. So also one more thing I wanted to tell how EDA works is it's not about just EDA caters for various sections of the society. So they cater for just skilled people. They need not be educated also. If they have skill and they are aspiring to start their own business, EDA helps them out by starting their own business. For women self-help groups, EDA caters those needs. Likewise, to sell IEDP program was started to cater the needs for students of higher education institutions. So that is how IEDP was launched, and EDA concentrates on all over the Tamil Nadu for all the higher education institutions. We work with the students, and CED Hub in particular, we look after the colleges, higher education institutions in Chennai and Tiruvallur districts. Guys. So we have so much resources with us at every institutions who can give you a prospective lecture on the entrepreneurship subject areas. Not just entrepreneurship, in innovation and product development, it will be electrical or electronics, because you guys might feel you don't have the technical competency. But mind this thing, because when you are going in entrepreneurship way, technical competency is just a part of it. It just stops at the innovation or product level or product development level. After that, it is common for everyone. It doesn't matter you being an engineering student or a medical student or an art student. So the technical competency needed is available with all the resources which these EDA-like agencies will help you out with. So you guys should manage to get all these things under control. You should know all these nodal point of contacts and work with it throughout your curriculum. And this is what I wanted to convey to you guys. And also, Ram sir has joined. I'll let him take over. I hope you guys got something out of what I told you. Sir, please take over, sir. Sir, you're on mute, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think so. There should be technical distraction is there. Sorry for the interruption.
Hello.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hello.
Yes,
Sir, I have a one question.
yes,
How
yes, yes.
can I join your program? I want to go in the entrepreneurship and I want to join technical program for the technical competency. So what I can do?
Okay, sir, this was I was telling the students about various programs, even technical competency programs are given. So I'll just give some 2 minutes and I'll let you take over, sir.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You just continue, sir. You just continue.
Yeah, look, ma, the thing is, there are so one example I'll give you. I'll give you. I'll explain to you later through your EDCL coordinator. So one example I'll give you. Say in Anna University there is a we have set up makers lab or prototyping labs. We have cutting edge technologies for the young innovators to develop new products. Okay, so such labs exist in many institutions to guide the students who are involved in entrepreneurship, where they'll give, for example, if individual is interested in electronics area, they conduct courses on, say, one example, Internet of Things, or likewise, electronics and mechanical or automobile, or that kind of areas also. Students, there are some courses which are available, which the students may use to develop, to innovate products. The idea is to mainly to innovate products. Such labs exist. So you can make use. I'll just give you an example. Likewise, there are so many areas where you can institutions you can approach and have yourself technically competent. Did I answer the question? We can discuss more in detail if you have any doubts at a later point of time.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the wonderful information provided by you. So I just continue that the session which will be due to technical slacking. Right. So I think so have been discussed on this definition. That is what is business plan. So a business plan is normally that is integration of a functional plan. If you are running any business organization, there should be normally 4 departments is there. If you want to manufacture your products, normally it should be consist of 4 departments in your organization. Starting from manufacturing, a manufacturing organization have to produce the products, and they have been given to that marketing department, and marketing department have to sell the products, and they have to earn some money from that marketing department, and the marketing department have to earn some money and give it to the finance department, and finance department have to give it as a salary to the employees, and also consuming the raw materials for future production. So this is like a cycle, right? Here business plan also the same thing. It should be integrated for each and every department, and I already told it should be also called as a roadmap. So roadmap guide us where we want to go, where we are from, and where we want to go. So I'm from Madurai. I want to go to Chennai means I just go on this navigation map. Likewise, in a business, in an entrepreneurship business, right? If you move on to stage by stage by attaining your success, you have a good roadmap which may be called as a business plan, right? And it should be guide us where I am now and where I want to go. And a business plan, who should write such kind of business plan? It should be a small business administrator, a person who is already having a business, and he should be expert in doing such kind of things. You just ask with them and getting guidance with SBA and score. Score may be called as a service score of retired executive, and SBDC, that is Small Business Development Center, as well as the individual who are having knowledge on business. These persons have been write the business plan for their own business. And a scope indicates a scope and value of business idea. There should be 3 things: creativity, marketing, and financial projection, right? And normally a same kind of business cannot attain a success. So due to this pandemic, assume everything should be goes on online. Normally, once upon a time, if you want to learn yoga or karate, you just go to that yoga center or karate center, and you have been approaching your master and learning the new skills. So this should be happen in the traditional era. But now everything should be goes on online. In the morning, yoga master have been conducted through Google Meet or Zoom, right? Assume. So this should be the success formula, right? Everything should be goes on online. Yoga master have been conducted yoga or karate through Google Meet or Zoom, right? So this should be that creativity touch. So how they, due to this pandemic, how they can earn? They have been shift their business through online. So this is the creativity skill, right? And marketing and financial projection. And a business plan indicates whether your business is having money or not for running a long run, and valuable to entrepreneur, right? It should be valuable to the entrepreneur. It should determine your venture and guidance to venture in planning activity and tool to get finance, right? Right. It should be why it may be called as a tool to finance means once your business is not having enough money, right? If you have a good business plan, then you have been go with any any people or any experts who is giving that investment. They want to invest in your business. You just go and approach such kind of investors, and you have been give your business plan to such kind of persons. And if your business plan is very attractive, then business, with the help of the business plan, you get financial assistance for your business, right? And features of good business plan. It should be honest plan, right? It should be mention everything in your business from the starting to end, what is needed, right? And it should be a fair. There should be no hidden information is there. Hidden information you cannot provide. It should be fair to everyone, and it should be brief and clearly identifying the products and services. So what kind of product I have been provide. It should be whether I have to manufacture a phone, or I have to manufacture a pen, or I want to manufacture any technical parts like pen drive or some other thing. So I have been clearly mentioned, that is my company is manufacturing such kind of products. And if I want to provide any service organization like hotels or some other things, what kind of service I have to provide and where the market is. If I have to produce a product, assume if you are having any startup, you just, that is, if you are running a paper producing shop, paper producing company, right? Just you have been keeping on, if you manufacture any paper owning shop and you doesn't have any markets, just go on that government website called GEM, right? What is called as GEM. It may be called as a GEM, right? And GEM, if you have been registered your startup, then government is ready to consume your products, right? If there is no market means, if you are having any startup, then government is ready to procure your products, right? This is a market situation. And who are all the existing founders in your company? This should be briefly mentioned. And some other things like quality, easy to read, complete and accurate, right? There should be no mismatch of errors. And it should be main thing, that is no spelling mistake, because investors are from different states or different countries also. There should be investors are there. If you want to approach anything, you just avoid that spelling mistake, and you have to use the official language, English, for attracting your investors. And clear and brief and concise, and should be not an abstract. A business plan, just one page is not a business plan. Business plan consists of 9 different steps or 9 different processes. For each and everything, you have to mention it as a clear. And it should be clear and realistic financial projection. So that is, first year, I have been earning 5,000 rupees as a profit, and second year this much, and third year this much. And first year I am meeting this much amount of expenses, that is 1 lakh rupee expenses for the first year. Second year this much, third year this much. I have been focused on the trend line, right? Linear trend line. And the words like I think, I believe should be avoided. So it should be, it should not be a correct one. That is, I think I am earning 5,000 rupees as a profit. I think I am spending 5,000 rupees as an expenses for this year. Likewise, I think or I believe word should be avoided. The true and fair return, you just assumed that should be clearly mentioned in your business plan, right? And business plan should be prepared after a detailed market research and detailed competitor research. I have been entered into a market. I have been make a survey. That is, if I want to manufacture a mask, right? This is the correct time, right? Because there should be a lot of people have been affected due to this pandemic, right? If this time I have been starting a mask manufacturing company, this is the correct time. There should be a market for such kind of products. And also competitor research. Who are all the competitors who producing the same kind of products in the market, right? So every company, there should be a competitor. Without competitor, you can survive, but you cannot make innovate, and you cannot give full satisfaction to your customer, right? So this is the main thing, and it should be described key decision makers. So who are all the persons who have been using that business plan? Likewise, business plan usages may be stakeholders. Likewise, who is your customer, and who are all what kind of products you have been produced, who is your competitor, who is your supplier. So right, these decisions have been decided. And something that is short-term, long-term description of products or services, market opportunities. So anticipation of market opportunities. So after 5 years, that is, I'm producing some products. That should be a market is there for after 5 years or not. Assume a same example, that is, I'm owning that mask manufacturing company, right? Mask manufacturing company. After 5 years, the mask, it should be essential for customers or not. You just go on it, right? And explanation of resources and employment of activities. And importance of business plan. I already told that it should be some primary functions like action plan, day by day, what you want to do, and adopt a regular and continuous and regular business planning cycle. And day by day, you have been updates. On day one, I have been procured these things. I have been I have been manufactured these kind of things. I have selling this kind of things. Everything you have been noted it in your business plan. And it should be a communication tool, sales tool, and operational tool, etc. Right? And so some of the advantages for a business plan is, first thing is, helps to identify the weakness. Right? Here I have in quote an example, that is crime thriller movies. If you visit any crime thriller movies, that is the policeman who find that crime. He kept everything in his room. So in Tamil there should be one film called Thani Oruvan, right? In Thani Oruvan, the actor called as Jem Ravi having put every information regarding the Siddharth Abhimanyu, and he had been put everything in his wall. He had been noted that on day one, he is doing this thing, he is day at this thing. Likewise, everything he had been noted on in his wall. So likewise, business plan helps to identify your weakness. So to resolve your problem. So crime thriller, why I haven't quoted it? Based on the collected information, the policemen have to find the real person who commit the mistake. Likewise, your business plan helps you to identify your weakness, right? What you want to do and what you want not do in your business. And second thing, helps to connect the dots. Here I have been quoted that umbrella example, right? Umbrella. So if you open your umbrella, right? If you open your umbrella, if there is any dots, you cannot see under the umbrella, but you have been overlooked beyond the umbrella. You have been seeing that small dot is there, whether any hole is there or not umbrella. Likewise, here business plan helps to connect the weaknesses. That is, what are all the problems we face in the business and how I want to resolve the business. So these dots help yourself to make a better understanding. And third thing, discovering the opportunities, right? Discovering the opportunities. So how I have been get the revenue and how I have been spending my money. So this is discovering the opportunities. I already told a businessman or an entrepreneur is searching the opportunities. So example, I told that Alva, Tirunelveli Alva, I think you remind. and analyzing your market competition and plan yourself, right? So, right, example, here I have quoted an example called tender coconuts, right? So normally in a summer session, the tender coconut sales is very, very high because customers are the people who are feel thirsty, having go for the tender coconut shop and having consuming that tender coconuts. But assume in the winter season or in the rainy season, no one is go for that tender coconut shop, right? So 8 months that should be a good sales for tender coconuts, and 3 months that is rainy season or winter season there should be no markets. So such kind of situation maybe happen in every business. Sometimes everyone is ready to procure your product, and sometimes no one is ready to procure your products. So based on that, you have been planned 8 months how I have been earn the profit, for 3 months how I have to manage these things. So this is plan yourself, and this plan yourself have been guided through that your better business plan, and you are most likely to catch the critical cash flow challenges, right? Cash flow indicates how much of cash entered into your business and how much of money you have been sent from your business. Right, for example, if you are buying any asset or any building, right? The building or asset value is so much high, and at that time the money have been comes into your business, right? If this kind of things, it should be called as a cash flow. And so your commitment towards your business, so it should be called as a passionation is maybe called as a commitment. Here I want to quote an example called as a, you all know about the person called Steve Jobs, right? Steve Jobs is the CEO of the company called Apple Computers. Once upon a time, Apple Computers have been founded by the Steve Jobs, and he is starting his company in a car carriage. Car he is starting his own business. In the car carriage, he started his own business, and it should be developed and it should be reached globally. At that time, the founders as well as the investors have been removing that Steve Jobs from the company. Steve Jobs have been leave out from the company. But due to his commitment and due to his passion towards innovation and towards entrepreneurship, he started a new business called Apple iPhone, right? Apple iPhone, it should, whether now the Apple iPhone is having global markets. The phone is having n number of facilities, and it should be number one phone in all over the world. So this should be called as show your commitment towards the business. And fifth, that is the seventh one, that is force you to calculate your financial flow, and finally helps to achieve your goals and milestones, right? And types of business plan, that is you and your plan, that is if you are having any partner or some other persons associated. Normally a startup is not a single person business, it should be a partnership or limited liability or should be private entity business. So you and partners are having your own business plan, that may be called as a you and your business plan. And if you want to meet any investors for funding, then you and your investors business plan, based on your investors expectation, you have to make ready of your business plan. And third thing, for approaching any debts from the business, then you have been approaching you and your banker's business plan, right? These are the different types of business plan. And before writing business plan, you should consider 4 questions. First thing, what service or product does your business provide? That is, I already told, if you want to manufacture any product or you want to provide any service, you just mention in your business plan, right? And who are your potential customers? Right? It should be a child people, or there should be adolescent person, or it should be called as an engaged people, or it should be old aged people. Who is your potential customer? Or it should be men or women. Who are your potential customers? Just go on such kind of identification. And third thing, how will you reach your customer? That is normally man-to-man selling. Right? Company have been directly involved to the customers for selling their products, or else they have been approaching, and they are approaching through online mode of service, through e-commerce or some other famous leading sites. They have been meeting their customers to give their products. So this is how will you reach your potential customers. And fourth thing, where you will get financial resources to start your business. So there should be, I think I already told that funding, right? So there should be different modes of fundings are there: bootstrapping, angel investors, venture capitalists, crowdsourcing, right? These n number of financial sources are there, right? How will you get the finance? Through normally, I already told that Startup India scheme have been launched in the year 2016. In 2016, government is allocating 10,000 crores of money for startup funding. Still now, 600 crores have been benefited by various companies. There are still a lot of money are there for startup. So you just want to make a startup means the government is ready to support financial sources. And business plan for much. I already told business plan consists of 9 different segments. So first segment is summary, right? Summary indicates overview. So I already that is just to overlook. So this is a business plan format, right? I think you the people have been able to see that business plan formats. Business plan template consists of that is what is your business? You have been mentioned what is your business, and you have mentioned the date for your business, and here you have been mentioned the company details, name of the company, and company address and the company phone number. If you are having any website or email address, you have been mentioned everything, right? And second, these are the 9 segments in the business plan, right? 9 segments in the business plan. That is executive summary, company description, products and services, marketing plan, operational plan, and management and organization, startup expenses and capitalization, financial plan. Likewise, it goes on. And first thing, executive summary, right? Executive summary. So executive summary, it should be a 1-page description. Likewise, if you are writing any research article, you have been mentioned in abstracts. Abstract consists of the entire information about your business. Likewise, if you are watching any movie, so before releasing a movie, a short trailer may be given by the director as well as the actor, because a short trailer attracts the entire information about the business. So entire information about the movie. Likewise, here it's also executive summary plays the major role. It should be a short sentence. It should be 1 paragraph or 2 paragraph. You have been mentioned everything. Then there should be a company description is there, right? So just go on with the slide. Company description. So here company description, a name of the business, a location, and facility description, right? So where my company is there, I have been told that what is your company name and your company vision and mission statements. And milestone, right? That is after 5 years or after 10 years, how my company may be, and who are all the target customers or target market, and who are all the industrial competitors. We just mentioned everything. And third thing, that is products and services. So what kind of product I have to manufacture, right? I already told. And that is sales and marketing is there for my products are there. So whether that tender coconut example, tender coconuts in summer season, the tender coconut sales may be very high, but in the winter season, or it should be in the rainy season, the sales may be high. Sales may be not very high. So you have been analyzed that demand situation, whether the customer is really needed the product or not. And also the product life cycle, right? Product life cycle, there should be 4 stages: introduction, growth, maturity, decline. Like a human being, we are all introduced in the early stages, and we are earning some money that may be called as a growth stage. And maturity, we are earning highest amounts in our life. It should be called as a maturity stage. And decline, we are having retired from our working profession. It should be called as a life cycle of the human being. Likewise, in the product life cycle, every product there should be a life cycle called as a introduction, growth, maturity, decline, right? So based on the life cycle, the business should be ups and downs. Introduction, there should be no profit for the business, right? And in the maturity or growth, business is earning enormous amount of profit. And finally, in the decline stage, right? In the decline state, there should be no market for the business. The business should be out of the market. And marketing plan, right? So here I go for the business plan. That is a third thing, products and services. Here you have been mentioned your business name. So every part, every 9 blocks, I told that in 9 blocks, every block you have been mentioned your business plan and your product or service name and special benefits, right? That is, I'm manufacturing a tablet for the diabetes patients, right? As an example, you have been mentioned that this product is applicable only for diabetes patients. Or I'm manufacturing any product for the child care items that I have been mentioned. This product is especially for the people or children who are below 5 years. So such benefits you have been mentioned and unique features, how it should be resolved and how other things which is not resolved from the existing one. Right? You have been mentioned everything. And the marketing plan. So marketing plan have been focused on SWOT analysis. That is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So you have been mentioned everything. Your product is strength. That is your product weakness, product opportunity, and your product threats. So you have been mentioned everything. So this is marketing plan. In the marketing plan, it should be mentioned that pricing policy, how much I have to fix the price for my products, and how I have to sell the product. I told that man-to-man selling or people-to-people selling are through distribution chain, right? Likewise, wholesaler, a retailer, or some other agents. So how you have been sell your products and advertising and promotion, geographical penetration. That is, I have been how a business have been segregated to everywhere. So you have been mentioned everything, right? And production and operational plan. Here I have you put out that how you will produce and what is the process and what is the delivery. That is a production mode may be called as a through automation, right? That should be a popular mode called ERP. ERP may be called as an enterprise resource planning. So full company, there should be no involvement of human being. Everything should be automation, right? It should be how I have in man-made technology or machine-made technology. And process, inputs, process, outputs. So how I have been, that is procure raw material and how I have been process the material and what is the shape of the finished product, which may be called as an output. And a delivery system, physical facilities like if I'm running a business, the business may be my own shop or I have been getting any lease from some other one. And labor and employee situation. In the remote area, whether labor is available or not. If labor is available, how much salary I have been produced given for that labor and manufacturing process and breakdown analysis or some other things and external analysis. This is the main thing. That is every country, the situation may be differentiated, right? Here one that is one company or one state, there should be one legislation. So before that rolling of that Modi government, previous Congress government, there should be no implementation of GST, goods and services tax is not there. But some other tax like value added tax, sales tax, service tax, everything should be differentiated. But now the government have been implemented a new change that may be called as a GST, goods and service tax. And goods and service tax, it should be somewhat differentiated. That is one good, that is a central tax as well as state tax, SGST, CGST, 2 modes are there. And pending legislations. So these are the things which have been focused on production and operational plan. And 6th one, management, right? Go on to the business plan. Competitor data analysis, competitor data worksheet, marketing strategy, pricing strategy. Likewise, it should be goes on the distribution channel. So in the marketing, we told the distribution channel. And completed the production and operational plan. And 6th one, instruction and management organization, right? Here you have been mentioned your biography and gaps in the management and experience, advisor, who are all the mentors who have been supported and who are all, for example, I told that Sachin Tendulkar is my partner. So my company is having some kind of reputation, or I am appointing some other experts as my brand ambassador. My company is getting some expectation. So here, this may be called as a management. So what type of organization is there? Who are all the people in charge? And a division of responsibility and organization chart. Organization chart indicates topmost to lowermost. Who are all the available? Who are all the persons available? Assume in a college, topmost authority is the director or CEO or correspondent or secretary. So from director or correspondent or secretary, there should be a principal. Principal from under principal, there should be a dean or vice principal. Then HODs. Likewise, it should be goes on. Likewise, in an organization, MD is there. So under MD, manager. Under manager, there should be an assistant manager. Under assistant manager, there should be functional managers like marketing manager, sales manager. It should be goes on. And legal structure is there, right? So this is management. And seventh one, financial numbers and capital, right? Here you have been mentioned your capital investment plan. So how much I have to invest in my business. So for example, for starting the business, I have been invest 1 lakh rupee and 1 lakh rupee different modes, like for procurement of raw material, this much money. For providing salary to the employees, this much money. For procuring machines, this much money. That should be diversification in the capital investment plan. And eighth one, detailed financial plan. Right? Detailed financial plan. Here you should be focused on your sales plan, purchase plan, cash flow plan, and material procurement plan, and how you have been get your sources of funds. Right? What are the sources and uses? Here it may be called as a fund flow analysis. Right? You have been mentioned everything, and finally you just go on competitor analysis. Here you have been analyze your strength of your competitor and weakness of your competitor, and the same also you have been analyze your strength as well as your company weakness, right? And so this is the thing. And here organization chart in the business plan, organization chart. So here organization chart maybe flows from a vertical flow, right? Top to bottom. It may be called as a vertical flow. And financial plan, startup expenses. Here it should be goes on in the business plan. And some other appendices. Appendices indicate some attachments. If you are not having any own shop, you are making lease or getting some from it, you have been mentioned your agreements. And if you are having any patents, you have been mentioned your patents. And some other details about your company. What are all the equipments you are having? Like what are the assets you are having? You have been mentioned everything. And common pitfalls to be avoided in preparation of business plan, right? It should be a capacity utilization. That is how much machines I have been how much employees are working in my organization. So these things you have been mentioned. Understanding the ability of your markets and overestimation of demand. That is due to festival season. I have been planned that that is I am owning a dress shops. My turnover during the just assumption. My turnover during the festival season, it should be 5 lakh rupees. It should be normal. But I have been mentioned that 15 lakh rupees as a turnover due to the Pongal and Diwali season. It should be called as an overestimation of demand. Right? You have been make a correct estimation of your demand and selection of appropriate machinery and lack of understanding of appropriate technology. Right? If you doesn't know about any updation in the technology, then you have been visit the incubation center. Right? Incubation center plays the major role. Like what is the meaning of the incubation center is normally if you are owning a small startup, you are not aware about the entire thing. If you have to register under the incubation center have been provided a number of facilities like finance support, mentor guidance support. Everything have been provided by the incubation center. And if you are not having any office facility also, then the incubation center also provided office space, computer, and that is office setup and tables and chairs and furnitures. Everything have been provided with the help of the incubation center, right? And last thing, that is underestimation of the project cost, right? So for completing this project, that is I am doing the civil construction. I am constructing any building or any road or any bridge, right? The project cost may be normal cost may be 5 lakh rupees. By underestimated, it should be 3 lakh. Then 2 lakh rupee may be the loss for the company. So you have make a correct estimation. and a wrongful selection of business location also, right? Assume some other places may be the hot and some other places may be the cool. For example, Ooty and Kodaikanal as well as Aircard, it should be hilly places and it should be cool climate, chill climate. And at chill climate, if you're selling any hard products, the market is there. But likewise in Chennai or some other places, it should be are very hot, right? And such kind of places, if you are starting any ice cream shops as well as juice centers, then it should be correct location for starting your business. And also based on the raw material availability also, right? I'm owning a shop. I'm owning a fish shop, right? I'm owning a fish shop, and I'm owning at the places which are not nearby. No rivers is there, no seas is there. It should be called as a wrongful selection of your business location. And some other things is like goes on. That is unrealistic pricing strategy, right? Normally, a similar competitor is giving a pencil rupee, 2 rupees, but you are giving pricing at 5 rupees. It should be called as an unrealistic strategy, right? And unrealistic cash flow estimates, a lack of trading channels, right? I doesn't know how I have to supply the product. I just manufacture a product, but I doesn't know. I doesn't meet any customers or anyone. I doesn't know everything. Just I have been go on under trading channels. So who is the wholesaler and who is the retailer and who are all the middleman agents is there, and how I have to distribute every product between this distribution channels. So this is the better thing. And capability of capability of firm to market its products in the competitive markets, and fail to access market potential, whether this market is really needed such kind of products or not. Normally, for example, I told that if you are running a tea shop nearby college, or it should be called as an IT factory or some other developed areas, if you give green tea, the people are ready to buy. But in a village or remote area, or it should be in a forest, if you are giving any green tea means, the customers are not ready to accept such kind of products. They doesn't know about that. Here is called as a failed access of market potential and inaccurate information, and failed to understand the seasonability of business. Told that tender coconut example, right? And unrealistic. That is unrealistic market estimates and production estimates, right? So this is normally every business, right? Every business, they are having that unique plan with themselves. They have been understanding each and every situation. So without a good business plan, it cannot survive in your markets. I told that it should be a hot ECG device. So ECG device in a hospital. If a person is under the control of ICU, there should be an ECG device. The ECG device, that should be ups and downs, right? If there is a straight line, there should be no patient is not live, right? So likewise, in business plan, there should be no business, there should be ups and downs. And based on the ups and downs, you have to modify your business plan. If there is no modification, then there should be straight line. That is, your business is out of the market, right? So kindly, if you want to start any business, there should be a lot of business opportunities are there. For example, told that YouTube channels. So instead of watching a big movie, 2.5 hours movie, you just go on a review, 5-minute or 10-minute review, and then in a review, they have been told the entire story of the film. And instead of reading 500 pages of book, you have just a review about the 5 pages, right? 5 pages of review. So it should be called as a preface about the book, right? So everything, it should be lot of opportunities are there. So online or trading, so everything has been goes on online, right? And a female candidate, that should be WhatsApp selling, right? If you put anything in your status as WhatsApp, it should be viewers have been asked what kind of product it is, how I have been procure such kind of products. And now you know that the famous reselling application Mizo, right? Mizo is one of the famous reselling application in all over the globe, and they are in the stage D funding under the under the investment funding agencies, right? And they are having good markets. And how they have been distributed their product means, if any customers want a product, there should be some middlemen. Middlemen have been put the product in the WhatsApp status, and you want anything means you just so day by day. If you go through your WhatsApp, there should be a lot of people have been selling fashionables, consumables, shares, some other bangles. Likewise, everything it should be goes on online markets. So online market is having a good strategy also, and also someone is having unique talents, like they are expert in storytelling, like someone is expert in drawing. So they have been showed at how to draw an elephant, how to draw a picture, and someone is expert in developing that app, mobile app or website creation, and they have been give how you have to develop the website and how you have to create a mobile application. So these things have been goes on like this. So just go on searching a good kind of opportunity for your business with the help of the business plan. Business plan is very, very important, and told that it should be a heart of the business. How a human being survives with a heart. Likewise, a business having survived with the help